I woke up not to alarms, not to an explosion, but to a void. A silence so unnatural it made my heart jump. For the first time since deployment, I realized what it feels like when a 100,000-ton machine stops existing. Seconds later, the lights died. Not flickered, not dimmed. They vanished. Total darkness on all 25 decks, from the bridge to the reactor rooms. For a heartbeat, nobody moved. You could hear breathing in the darkness. Then someone in the passageway shoved a metal door. The sound echoed like a gunshot. I grabbed the small tactical flashlight clipped to my rack and switched it on. A narrow cone of white light cut through the black corridor. And then it happened. A long, low, mournful boo. 3 prolonged blasts. The international signal for general emergency. Total power loss. In the passageway, it was like the ship itself had disappeared. No vibration under the feet, no warm engine noise, just steel and darkness. A weak red glow flickered. Emergency battle lanterns on battery power. 3, maybe 4 minutes of light, no more. People were already climbing out of bunks, some barefoot, some half-dressed, faces pale in the red gloom. Then the 1MC, internal announcement system, crackled to life, hesitant, distorted, but clear. Bridge to engineering, do you copy? Reactor scram, both units offline. Emergency diesel start is in progress. Scram. Both nuclear reactors, shut down in an instant. My stomach dropped. One reactor offline, the carrier survives. Both reactors offline. The carrier is just steel drifting in an ocean that doesn't care.
Officer sprinted past me. Damage control teams were already moving. Flashlights, radios, checklists pressed to their chests.
Secure watertight doors! Check shaft temperature! Reactor team to posts, now! They didn't shout. They didn't panic. On a U.S. carrier, fear is quiet. Up on the bridge, I knew exactly what was happening. Navigation screens, dead. Radar, dark. GPS, offline. Engines, silent. Helmsman just standing there, hands on a powerless wheel. The captain would be running, literally running, from his sea cabin, 20 feet from the bridge, ready to take command within seconds. Meanwhile, deep inside the ship, something crucial happened. A low mechanical cough, a vibration. Then, the faint return of power. Vital bus power online. The emergency diesel generators had kicked in. Massive engines buried deep in steel tunnels, burning fuel oil, roaring to life to resurrect just enough electricity to keep the ship breathing. Not for comfort, not for catapults, radars, flight ops, or kitchens. Only for survival. Internal communications, rudder control, medical equipment, and, most importantly, reactor cooling pumps. Dim lights flickered on in some passageways, pale and cold like hospital lamps. But elevators remained dead. Air conditioning, silent. Galley, offline. Water pressure, falling. And then I thought of the reactor room. No lights. Just handheld lamps and the glow of instrument panels on backup batteries. Reactor operators covered in sweat, moving through vapor-thick heat. They knew what we all knew. A shutdown reactor is still hot, still radioactive, still dangerous. If coolant stops moving, core temperature rises. Boiling. Steam. Pressure. Time bomb. 3:44. Over the 1MC, finally, a calm voice. This is the officer of the deck. Emergency power established. Reactors in scram. No casualties. Ship is under control. No cheering. No applause. Just breathing again. But nobody relaxed. Stopping a reactor is easy. Bringing it back to life. That's the part where things go wrong. That's the part they don't show in documentaries. And somewhere above us, 1,200 kilometers from land, the Pacific stretched into nothing but darkness.